Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Warsword Conquest, Goblin Edition. Now, when we left off, we had just lost Bloodhorn to the likes of the Dwarves, and as you can see, they have actually placed a rather significant garrison here, which I have to admit is, well, remarkably disappointing. As we can see, they have 13 giant slayers, and we have a couple of giants on our team. Well, technically we have some ogres and trolls, but you get the point. And of course we have a lot of dwarven crossbowmen and various ranged units there as well. So as we can see, I was outside this castle here, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna try and take Bloodhorn. I actually stopped off at Martech real quick just to pick up some units to try to make this as easy and painless as possible, but I'm not entirely sure if that is going to be the case, because as we see here, there are 69 units in the garrison here, and 23 prisoners. So, let us head on in. Now, this is the one thing that I am a little bit disappointed by when it comes to Bloodhorn's defenses, and that's the fact that it has ladders. So, for example, if we even take this, then the opponent is going to be able to retaliate without too many difficulties anyway. So, I suppose without further ado, we will be heading on in here and making our way over. Now, bear in mind that we have quite a few archers right now. Actually, we have less archers than infantry. I am quite surprised. I picked up quite a few forest walkers, or as far as I was aware, I picked up some forest walkers. So, okay, that's a little disappointing, I have to admit. Let's hope that they actually deal some reasonable damage, and hopefully we'll be able to get in there ourselves. Thrud is already in melee combat with the dwarves, and we all know Thrud is just absolutely beastly, and hopefully we'll be able to equip him with some gear as well, because right now he actually is wearing some very nice gear, so I'm not entirely sure whether we can get him anything that is an upgrade, but I'm gonna try, because I think that might be a really cool idea. I don't think he can wear anything else, however, but I could be incorrect about that. So let's get our bow out here and try to deal some damage. Oh yes, Giant Slayer, that's what you get. A nice headshot. Yes, another one, and another headshot there. No, not another headshot, but we can definitely try to take them all out as much as possible, because these Giant Slayers are going to be doing the most damage out of all of the enemies. So we just need to take out the Giant Slayers, and then we should have no problems whatsoever, but you never know. There we are, 129 damage from that lovely headshot. We need to get our archers in here. That would probably help us out quite a bit. So let's just see if I can get another headshot on that guy. Thank you. And I can now not see anything that is currently happening down there. So we're just going to let our units deal with it and make our way down if we need to assist at all. Nope, it appears as though that was it. A very easy victory indeed. Now, we are going to be taking most of these, if not all. We only have 10 spaces, so I believe we are probably going to be taking Empire Pistoliers, Sword Masters here, and probably a Goblin Warchief as well. A Scalp Taker sounds like fun, and let's see, we could take some of these as well. Why not? Let's take all of those, and we'll take the Goblin Scout and a Tomahawk. Oh, no, we can't take that guy. Okay, so we're just going to be taking as many of these guys prisoner as we can. And there we have it. Okay, thank you very much. So, let us now take all the armor from that. And we are actually going to be deferring appointment of a Lord, because I cannot currently garrison this with a very stable defense. So, in other words, we're just going to have 58 units there, and hopefully that will be enough. And we could potentially take more trolls and warchiefs and bodyguards from the garrison here if we so desired, but I think right now we probably just want to level up our units and see what the dwarves do next. I would love to be able to move on to Karak Azul, I believe. And that has now been besieged. Yes, I have a bad feeling about this, actually, because I didn't really leave any units there. So, okay, I'm walking into a lot of units. Yep, I'm walking into 545 units, in fact. And that reminds me, I do need to actually call for a campaign. I think I actually did that a while ago, and no one turned up, so I'm hopeful that in the new version of Warsword Conquest, if it is being worked on right this second, we will be, obviously, having a couple of bug fixes as well. So let us take to the field. Let's actually see how we do here, because as you see, the battle advantage isn't even that bad. It's only -1. So in theory, we should have a really good chance. And we are on a hill, which is going to be even better. So we're going to tell our archers to hold their fire, because of course we do not want them wasting bullets and ammunition until they have come into range. So 59 versus 67, that actually doesn't seem too bad, I gotta say. So let's see what happens, and we're gonna be getting into some good positions here, I feel. Let's move on over a little bit more. I think that would be better. Perhaps? Maybe? I think so, anyway. Well, they are not charging, they are just maneuvering strategically, attempting to subvert our strategy as well. I think what we could potentially do is walk up here and try and fire off a couple of arrows, maybe hit a Slayer or something along those lines. It would be wonderful. Oh yes, look at that. Shot difficulty of 12? Really? Okay, I was not expecting that at all. But we have arrows to spare, and these guys actually deal a lot of damage, so even if I can get a little bit of damage on some of them, then I am going to be quite happy. So let's now start moving across here. They seem to be wanting to try and get an even footing with us, which we are not going to allow. Not right now, at least. And we're going to hopefully be able to eliminate most of these giant slayers and various other units as well. So otherwise, I think we're doing quite nicely, I gotta say. I think so. As they don't seem to have any range? Why don't they have any ranged units? Okay, this is very strange. Well, whatever the case, let's get our archers back here. And I do believe we are going to be charging straight on in there. This is not going to be a good idea. Charging straight on in when you're outnumbered is never a good plan, that's for sure. So let's just see what we can actually... Nope, I'm dead. Am I dead? No, I'm not actually dead. Wow, they were a little bit slow on the draw there. That was very, very nice. Okay. Come on, take out their... Oh, go. No. Oh, my. That is not a good idea. They are demon slayers. They are actually demon slayers. That is not good. Wow, that guy was actually about to hit us there. Demon slayers? I had no idea. I thought they were all just giant slayers. So that's not a good... Nope, that's not a good plan either. That is definitely not a good plan. Okay, so yes, the main problem we had right there is that I was, well, misinformed as to what kind of units they had. So we are going to be retreating right there. And, okay, so we literally lost double, almost double, that they even lost. Okay, that is rather impressive to say the least. So let's just actually take a look here what's going on. Okay, are they gonna... Yeah, they are gonna besiege it. Wow, the dwarves and orcs are absolutely going to town on us right now. And I gotta say that even a goblin vassal is running around as well. Maybe we will have to retreat back to Kingdom of Araby territory, because right now it seems as though this particular territory is forfeit, and we're going to have to move away for a significant amount of time until we have the opportunity and maybe even the resources to, yes, defend against the mighty, and I mean mighty onslaught of the dwarves. This appears to be our fate for the next few years, which is not too good, I gotta say. Not too good at all. We are going to try to deal as much damage as we can, of course, with our bow. But right now, these dwarves are just running straight towards us. These guys are giant slayers. They are demon slayers, and I am a little afraid, I gotta say. Ratlob is not a very sturdy unit, and these guys are taking arrows like candy. And really, I am probably going to get shot now, so I'm going to just move away a little bit and see if we can do some damage with this. Yes, come on. Okay, now, oh, wait a minute. I need to tell everyone to charge in. Of course I do. I need to tell everyone to stay at the side here. No, you are not going to be eliminating me. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Okay, so, wow, that Forest Walker was an absolute beast. Thank you very much for assisting me there. And Thrud. Thrud is getting into the battle as well. Very nice. Come on, Thrud. Let's do this. Okay, everything seems to actually be going quite nicely. Okay, so let's tell everyone to hold position right here. This is exactly where they should be. They shouldn't be down there, and I was about to fall off the edge and kill myself. Let's try not to do that. And then we will actually try to do a little bit of sneaky firing outside here. No, I need to kill that crossbowman. Yes, there we go. We took him out. Hopefully this guy as well. The Giant Slayer has now fallen before us, as well as that hammerer just before I received 86 damage from a Dwarven Engineer. Oh my, Dwarven Engineers appear to be relatively powerful, I gotta say. So that is amazing, isn't it? That is absolutely amazing. And that is, well, the only thing we could have done, really, other than staying at the entrance to the, well, to the battlements and just hoping that our ball and chain was going to be enough. But I feel as though we may have to let this go once again. I have to say that that is mighty disappointing, because it has a prisoner tower and various other improvements that it would have been amazing to actually keep a hold of. So we may actually just need to retreat back to Martek and see what we could do there. Maybe, at least. Maybe that would be the case. Actually, we seem to be fighting them back right now. I am very surprised. I am incredibly surprised about this. And it seems as though, Dwarven Engineer is holding up everything here. Oh my goodness, that troll was definitely taking offense to that Dwarven Engineer, wasn't he? Wow, that was quite impressive to say the least. So, yes, we're just going to see our mighty trolls defeating many upon many Demon Slayers right here. And we are hopefully going to be seeing a lot more of that in the future as well, because even if we do not retreat to Martek and we actually succeed in defending against the dwarves here, which is highly unlikely, mind you, but if we are able to, then I can imagine this is going to be very, very nice. Very, very good indeed, because we will deal such a decisive blow against the dwarves that we will be able to prevail, hopefully. If we do not prevail, then obviously this is going to be relatively disappointing, but we must try. We must try our very best to eliminate the dwarves and their offensive force. Otherwise, well, they're just going to rampage through our lands. They're not going to be able to be stopped by anything, because it appears the dwarves' units are actually very powerful indeed in comparison to pretty much every other unit we have fought so far. I know Chaos units are relatively strong, as well as maybe some Empire units as well, but it appears to me like the dwarves just have better gear, maybe better skills, not entirely sure really, but the Demon Slayers and the Giant Slayers are the ones that are dealing the most damage right now, and I can only say that I hope that they run out of them soon, otherwise we are just going to have a consistent slaughter against us, which is never going to do, is it? No, we are going to want to fight against them so incredibly much right here that we are going to make a stand. We're making a stand right now, right this very second. This is the stand that we must make if we are to stand any chance of pushing them back. And if we do not succeed here, then what are we going to be doing? Well, I suppose the only thing we can do is pull back to Martek and recruit a couple of our friends from the High Elf Kingdom and level them up with our trainer skill. Hope at the very best that we are going to be able to garrison Martek and various other castles with a large, and I mean large, garrison of archers. A very proficient garrison of archers, that is. And then we are going to, then I would say probably spread out to strike against the dwarves if they do not want to make peace with us. I can imagine that these guys are just going to continually siege against us, no matter what we do. So I would definitely assume that the only way to stop them is to kill them and to massacre them. And right now, that actually does appear to be working, as we can see. The only exception to that is, of course, the numerous Slayer units that they actually have. They have a lot of Demon Slayers, a lot of Giant Slayers here, dealing a lot of damage to us. Hopefully our wide assortment of units will be able to fight back against them. Unfortunately, many of our units right now are archers, and as we know, archers are absolutely atrocious in combat. Well, maybe apart from the odd one that just so happens to be amazing. But yes, in general, most of them are going to... Oh, wow. Are we actually going to succeed here? It appears as though we might. Look at this. We are actually going to succeed. They don't have any more Slayer units. I believe that's the main reason why we are having a great deal of luck here, which is amazing. I don't have any other words for it, but it is amazing. We are actually going to be prevailing in this particular round. Apart from the one dwarf that is actually out there. And hopefully our units will be able to eliminate him with some ranged combat. Maybe he will... Ah, there we are. He will get himself unstuck. And then he will be making his way up the ladder of death. And hopefully he will be seeing death very, very soon indeed. And there it is. Goblin Warrior has the honor of the last kill in this siege. So, let us leave and take a look at the casualty report. Well, yes, we lost 23 Shadow Walkers, really? 23 of them? Yes, of course. It took me a long time to level those guys up and everything. We had a couple of them in the garrison as well, by the way, but... Oh, yes. Leveling those up is a huge chore, unfortunately enough. But there it is. We have defended Bloodhorn, but only against the first wave, because now they have an overwhelming amount... Wait a minute. Where are the huge amounts of Slayer units? I am seeing some Giant Slayers, and I'm seeing some Demon Slayers, but not that many. Okay, so how many units do we actually have remaining? Not many at all. This is going to be quite painful, I feel. Okay, so let's get some Tomb Champions, Undivided Chaos Knights, some more Shadow Walkers, even though they literally just die. They fall over from a slight breeze by the looks of things, and that is, I believe, it, apart from Thrud, who requires some medical attention, and we are going to be leveling up his agility. That's kind of pointless, isn't it? It is, because all of his agility skills are maxed, for example, athletics. So we are probably just going to be leveling up his intelligence and getting him trainer skill? Oh yes, trainer skill and what? Well, there's not much, is there? I could get him riding skill in case he wants to ride a mount, but as we can see, his equipment is actually very good, and I'm not entirely sure whether he can wear these kinds of helms. No, he can't, because that is race restricted. So, yes, in other words, that's probably the only thing he can wear. He's probably going to be able to use a different weapon, however, so maybe we could do that, but yes, we're probably going to need to get him some other armor. Maybe some Chaos armor would fit him, as I thought, but not entirely sure there. So, other than that, what are we going to do? Well, we're just going to be waiting here for some time and hoping that we will be rejuvenated fast. Yes. Rejuvenated fast enough, which is not going to happen anytime soon, as we can see here. So we have -4 battle advantage, and I am a little worried. And I mean a lot worried. Yes. What can we do? The only thing we can do is focus down their Slayers as much as possible. Try to headshot them. That guy survived a headshot, really? Okay, so we're just going to be hiding behind this and hopefully dealing as many headshots as we can. Yes, headshot, and maybe another one here. No. Almost. There we go. Okay, I'm going to charge in our units because we want to make sure that all of them are at the front. And, oh no. Oh my. That guy was quite the beast. Okay, there we are. We took them down. Now we just need to fight off the rest, which is an overwhelming feat of strength. Oh my. Okay, come on, let's do this. And Bjorg apparently always gets knocked unconscious at the very start. Of course, we have very little HP to actually work with, so I don't blame them. Okay, come on, let's deal some damage. At least a little bit of damage. Yes, take out that guy. Take out that guy, yes. Yes. Okay. Now, if we could actually shoot, and the hitbox may actually be a little bit more forgiving, that would be wonderful. Ah, there's a Slayer. Yes, we did some damage to him, but not enough. We're going to have to go into the fray here and see if we can actually deal a little bit of damage. We took out an Iron Breaker at least. Take them out. There we go. Okay, it actually seems to be going relatively well so far. We have taken out around 80 of their units so far, and they have not done the same to us. So we are going to be a little bit more fortunate this time around, maybe. As we can see, we have only lost 30 in comparison to their 90. That is very, very good. Maybe if I can stay alive a little bit longer, I may actually be able to pull our units through this, even though usually Ratlob is not one to stay alive very long. No shield, of course, but even so, I would very much like to survive most of this. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Let's take out these guys. Oh my, they were taken out very, very quickly indeed. It appears that we have some elite Goblin units in the fray here, and they are actually proving to be very deadly to our Dwarven opponents. That is very nice to see, I have to say. As usually we are at a loss whenever we come across dwarves, as we do not usually have anything that is sturdy enough to deal with them. So, yes, there it is. Dwarven Tunnel Fighter had a very lucky hit on us right there. And hopefully, that is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate indeed, that they are going to be sending more reinforcements. But we have a very solid team of units. We're just waiting for our opponents to come in, and hopefully they will be eliminating them very, very quickly indeed. And then we will see what the dwarves decide to do next, if we are actually able to prevail here. Are we able to prevail? I'm not entirely sure. Many of the ranged units are actually blocking their melee units, which is great, because now they are having a very tough time in actually even getting up into the battlements area. So yes, they're fighting one by one. As we can see, they're actually just allowing trickles of units to come in here, and that's actually very, very nice. As we can see, this Giant Slayer is just going to fall before us, which is very, very good. And I can only hope that this is going to be the last reinforcement wave that we get. Nope, it's not going to be the last one, unfortunately enough, but it seems like we might be able to hold this. We might be able to hold this. That is very fortuitous, I have to admit, because otherwise we would have lost Bloodhorn, we would have lost our entire army. We might still be able to do it. I'm not going to be jinxing myself just yet, because many of our Shadow Walkers and various other units just went down. So we have to still fight tooth and nail to pull this off, but you never know, maybe we are going to have more difficulties than we anticipate for. So let's just see. A lot more Slayers coming in there. Goodness me, how long must it take to actually level up 46 Demon Slayers? I'm seriously surprised that they were even able to have that, but I suppose it really depends that, yeah, they are NPCs after all, and they are given those units. So, very unfortunate, isn't it? I think we might actually be falling here if our Ogres do not get there in time. However, we are then going to have many, many difficulties. As we see, we have some mercenary lead belcher Ogres coming in from the side there. I am hopeful they will do their very best. It appears like I was using an army that was not necessarily the best in our main primary spawn slots, by the looks of things, because right now this army appears to be beating back the opponent with minimal casualties, whereas the previous one was just falling before them like paper. And as soon as I've said that, we are now seeing a lot of units fall like paper before them. So Yes, probably should never say those kinds of things. That would be a good idea. Unfortunately, I cannot retrieve the battle map right now to take a look at the casualty reports, as we cannot do that while we are dead. We can do that while we're alive, of course, but we all know that, so that is unfortunate. I would like to be able to see the casualty reports, and we are receiving more reinforcements. That's never a good sign. Reinforcements twice in a very short time span? That is causing a great deal of difficulties then. Okay, we are having the two... Oh, wow, we have 4 ogres. We are losing a lot of units now at the front. Hopefully the ogres will prove themselves to be mighty warriors. As we can see now, they are actually attempting to deal a lot of damage. I'm thinking that we're probably either going to be leaving Bloodhorn at the end of this and seeing what the dwarves do next, or something along those lines, because I'm not entirely sure whether we can withstand another offensive push by our opponents here. So let's just see what actually happens, because it has come down to 2 dwarves versus numerous amounts of... Never mind. It has come down to 0 dwarves. Okay, a couple of dwarves outside the front here. But otherwise, I think we have 1, which is very, very close, I gotta say. As we can see, we only have a couple of units left. Well, we can only hope. Let's see. Let's see what happens. They are blocking. Yep. No one wants to go up against a mercenary lead belcher, that's for sure, because they are just going to pulverize you in the face with their cannons, just blast all over there, and then they are going to hopefully bash their faces in with their clubs. That would be a rather nice thing. Let's just see what happens, though. Right now, it seems like everything is going well. Maybe. Maybe? Okay. Yeah, I think it does. Wow, Empire Pistoliers. Wow, goodness me. Okay, so let's just see here. There we go. We have retreated from the fight. Yes, we have. And, wow, we took out 311. I'm actually pretty sure that they are... Wow, we lost 75 units? We really lost 75 units to death there. To the Grim Reaper himself. Oh, wow. Okay, so, yes, it appears as though we are now going to be losing this and being taken prisoner. Yes, we lost our warbow as well, and we lost Bloodhorn as well as that. So, yeah, that is a very... Oh my goodness, that is a double whammy if ever I saw one. Yes, okay. So, now Lord Toxicotl has also been taken prisoner. Well, at least, he is also having a couple of difficulties. Because, yes, I was hoping that no one else would get captured, of course, but at least if Lord Toxicotl is having difficulties, then I don't feel so bad, because he is actually a very good vassal. And so it appears as though these three forts are the last thing that stand between us and eternal damnation, where the kingdom of Araby is. So, never mind. Well... What can I do, apart from recuperate our units and hopefully find Thrud? I'm not entirely sure where he is, but he's gone, as well as Joseph. So we'll need to find them as well. So, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.